Ladies and gentlemen, what a brutal day in the market today. I'm going to show you some nasty, nasty manipulation that probably just wiped out hundreds of millions, probably if not billions of leverage. And all those people are going to be missing the next big boom because they're getting greedy with leverage. I'm not going to go through every token tonight because we will be doing the crypto rapid fire session on Friday. But I'm going to show you some nasty stuff here, and we're going to look at some leverage charts, look at these levels. Again, Jason, TCP Super System. I developed my system over 2 to 3 years to identify opportunity zones in cryptos and stocks. This is technical analysis you can't get anywhere else. It's my system. It's not publicly available. I only share it via this channel for free for my subscribers. So let's go ahead and get into it. I'll try to make this one pretty short if I can. I do want to look at some of the key cryptos like Bitcoin, XRP, HBAR, and some others, and just look at the massive drop. And just, I'll show you on the charts. It's pretty gross. So again, you can see Bitcoin right now. Again, daily on the left, weekly on the right. If you go back and look at our videos, we had called this bottom over here around 100,000 not too long ago. But I'm going to show you something again that's even nastier than this. And people think it's over. It may not be over yet. One thing I want to show you here, hot sensors. Bitcoin, it's only gray, right? That's not an extreme. It's yellow, it's white, gray, blue, yellow, orange, red. So it's only gray. You can see the big, huge drop. You can see we're literally in the zone that we had called out. But look at this. And what I'm about to show you, I'll tell you where I got this number from in just a minute. But we have a secondary zone identified on the low side, roughly 85 to 87,000. And let me show you this. Check this out. This is so gross. I'm going to try to blow it up for you. I think if I do that, it takes it off the window. Okay. I know this is small, but this is a leverage liquidation heat map for Bitcoin on this is the 1 month. Look at this. It dropped down today. This is all, well, actually that was 10:30. So is that just today right here? 10:31. Let's see if we can pull this in here. See, that hadn't even reflected the current price yet. Hang on a second. Yeah, see, right now we're at 99, so we're sitting right here. So that means they wiped out all this leverage. The bottom zone here, where you see that big gap, that bottom zone is 95,000 on Bitcoin. If they're going to wipe it all out before the next boom, you're talking about anywhere from 84,300 to 91,000. Watch it. And then on the upside, we'll see where we go from there. But check this out. On the 3 month, it's so nasty. This is beautiful. This is what you want to see. So this is the 3 month leverage liquidation heat map. We're sitting right here, just under 100,000. So you can see it wiped all that bright leverage out right here. This is right around the 105 mark. But look at this, guys. There's a lot of leverage down here at 89,000. Watch that level, which is pretty close to the bottom at 85. So 85 to 89,000. And here you go. We're at 85 to 87,000. That's our zone. I would consider myself extremely lucky if I get to see an $85,000 Bitcoin. Now, on the upside, you can see we've already got identified 129 to 130. But the question is going to be, how quick does it pop? Is it a V or is it a long drawn out recovery? That I don't know yet. But those are the zones. You can see our standard deviation methodology on Bitcoin. All three lines are down here in this lower extreme. Excuse me. It can tend to draw down there and create some pressure there. Again, we want that white line to be up here in these upper extremes. So this may not just be over yet. So that's when I feel like we might be going down to that 85 mark. But we'll see. Not financial advice, just my crazy opinion based on my system and public data. I do this for informational, educational purposes only. Consult an advisor before making trades. You could lose all your money. So that's Bitcoin. And look at this brutal beast here. Here's XRP. We had called out this zone the other day, 215 to 226. We're literally, well, actually just below it right now. And we've got the second one identified. And I think we had this one identified the other day too, at $1.50, because I had pointed out over here on the weekly view, that's right around the 100-day moving average. And that if we likely saw those levels, we would start getting maybe a level 3 diamond, because right now on the weekly, we got a level 2. Level 3 is the darkest diamond. That's what we're really looking for. That'd be fantastic. So we might be headed toward $1.50, folks. And on XRP, let's take a look here. If we can see, this will be the 3-month XRP leverage map. Oh my gosh. Wow. All right, guys. Just go research Ripple and XRP. Look at all the partnerships. Look at all the NDAs. There's like 1,700 of them or more. Recent acquisitions with Hidden Road and even more, I think as of yesterday maybe, to allow institutions to come in and buy crypto. And this is what you get as all this is happening. You don't think that's a manipulated leverage play? Come on. You can barely see this, but right here is the bottom of absolutely any amount of leverage. And you can see we're talking about right there, 30,000. I mean, that's nothing. That's at $1.82. So that we could be nearing a bottom, at least on this view. But look up here. This is what you need to start focusing on for XRP if you're an XRP army or XRP in the XRP family. Tons of leverage at 345. Okay. Prices tend to navigate to areas of high liquidity. We have 2 of them on the upper side. 320, 340. Okay. We got 347 to 360 up top, and we got 314 to 328 right here. And that's on the weekly, and it'll be on both of these, but that's the markers, right? So this is where I think we can go for you XRP fans. Again, I'm not an advisor. I'm just putting out what I think based on my system and public data. So not telling you to buy it or sell it. You got to do your own research, make your own decisions. But that is what I think could possibly happen. Again, on the hot sensors on XRP, we are in the blue, so it is a little further than Bitcoin, obviously, but still not there yet. White line still down here in the lower extremes. Same thing on the weekly. I mean, this thing, I don't think it's over yet, which makes sense because these ETFs are coming probably mid-November, late November, if government can get their stuff together here. Massive stuff, guys. Massive, massive. Oh, before I go to Cardano, let's go look at Doge. Because Doge is one. Oh my gosh. Go back and look the other night. I did a trade on my stream where I bought 160,000 Doge. And it's roughly, the execution price with fees and everything is roughly 18 cents. But during that video, I was talking about Doge and the ETFs coming, potentially 60 billion in inflows is kind of what they're expecting on the high side. And I said, based on my system and where we were, that I would expect, I was trying to hold off on that video because I thought I could get it at 15.5 to 16.5 cents. And I expanded this zone during that call. Hang on one second. On that call, I was doing, expanded that zone down to 50. Hang on. Yeah, that was loud. I don't know if y'all heard that, but it's in my ear. But that's an alert we just got on Algorand, so we'll look at that in just a minute. But back to Doge. There's that 15 cent. Literally pegged it. Again, we nailed it. Look at here. Level 3 diamond on Doge. That's on the weekly candle. So let's go look at our leverage and see where we're at on Doge, because I think we might be getting there. And we got ETFs coming. Makes sense. They're liquidating everybody. Oh my God. It's, friends, I have learned to trade without fear and greed. Look at that. They literally wiped it all out. Literally all of it. Right down here. 15 cents. Which happens to be where our zone is, right? Look at where the next bright green level is. 27 cents. That's almost 100% return. This game is not that hard. It just isn't. Prices will navigate to high points of liquidity. So that is Doge. We're starting to see the diamonds we like. That's a level 3. Remember what I said about level 3s? We got yellow over here on the medium term hot sensor for Doge. Gray on the short term. Let's see. Dogecoin has lost key support, potentially dropping below 10 cents. Whatever. When you start seeing garbage posts like that, analysts say and then negative and negative, that's probably when you know you're probably nearing a good opportunity, because they're going to try to fudge you out of everything, and you literally have multiple ETFs coming for Doge. I don't even know what else I can say. And if you go back and look at the other videos, we talked about corporate treasuries that exist now for Doge. I mean, I don't know what else to say. There's not really much else you can say. So let's go look at Algorand since we got a live alert here. And look at here. It's amazing how this stuff works. Level 3 diamond in our system on Algorand. Now this is getting interesting. We're close. Because on the weekly view, which is that long-term view, right? We got the level 3 diamond. We're yellow, we're orange. We just need a little bit of movement on this white line. And really, before I look at that white line on the weekly, I'd be looking at this white line on the daily. Because again, over here we're yellow. That can turn orange and red really fast. I would suspect or expect that we would see some diamonds here shortly. And then as soon as that white line gets up here in these extremes, that's my marker. That's what I'm doing. You probably shouldn't copy me though. I'm really risky. But that is Algorand. That's looking pretty nice. Cardano. Everything's getting level 3s, ladies and gentlemen. There's your level 3. Let's go look at the leverage on the Cardano. It's this easy. You just got to put some time in. Oh my goodness. Oh wow. Oh, that's just beautiful. All right. So let's go look at our chart. We've got 90 to 95 cents. I think we've been calling that out a lot pretty recently. You can go back and look. You can see we penetrated right basically to the bottom of our zone that we've identified. It may go a little bit lower, but this leverage map here, I mean, they literally wiped it all out. There's nothing left, I don't think. Like $400 down here. I mean, what is that? $400, nothing. So 48 cents, 50 cents, here we are. Next up, $1. That's 100%. That's how easy it can be. Not really much else I need to say about Cardano. Same thing. We're looking for that white line to penetrate through those green and red zones up into those extremes up here, where those hashed lines are. That's what we're looking for. Let's see, what else can I show you tonight? Look at Ondo. Oh my goodness gracious. You show me someone else doing this. There's nobody else doing this. You tell me. We had the zone identified, literally. That's not a big zone. We nailed it. Absolutely crushed it. Yellow, down here in the lower extremes, just a little bit more, hopefully. Maybe that level 1 diamond can turn to a level 2 or 3. We got the level 3 on the weekly. I mean, I'll show you one more thing. Let me find it. That's not what I'm looking for. Let's look at this right here. Fear and greed. We're at 20, almost in extreme fear. Ask yourself the question: who's selling? Who's buying? Retail is selling. Institutions are gobbling this stuff up. And this is a prime example of where they do that. Literally nailed the zone. Can it go a little bit lower? Sure. That's Ondo. Let's see if we have a chart on Ondo over here. I think they may have all of them over here. Yep. This is crazy. Oh, man. There it is right there. That's the absolute bottom right there. 57 cents. Where are we at? 56.6. Yep. Now, this isn't the brightest green, but it is up here. So $1.14. Again, what is that? Basically, essentially 100%. Yeah, just over 100%. So, I mean, this may be it, guys. I'm bringing this to you on purpose tonight because I knew we would almost be there. This was the liquidation event, but before all the ETFs are coming, end of year. I mean, it only makes sense if you truly think about it. Avalanche. This may be the best technical analysis crypto and stock channel on YouTube. Show me someone that's giving you that right there. We've already got the upper zone identified. Again, $32. We'll go and look at Avalanche. Man, look at that. Avalanche. Oh my. 1552. We're at 1546. And you have all this stuff up here that gotta go get. So 35 to 40 bucks. What are we marking at? 31 to 33. Yeah, so probably a little bit. Let's pump that up a little. 35 to let's pump it up 35. There we go. We can actually move this over now. We don't need it way over there. We can move this probably somewhere right in there. There you go. I do this for you. If you get value out of good TA, you can't get anywhere else. This is not RSI and MACD. Like, share, subscribe, hit the bell. Let's get people educated and informed. This is the only reason I do this. I don't have to do it. Truly remarkable. Let's see what else we want to look at. Let's look at near. It's got crushed. Oh, let's go look at near. It's all gonna be the same. Let's go look at near and just see where we are. It's a beautiful thing. Golly. Absolute bottom, 168. Where are we at? 176. So why don't we do this? Live as we do it. Let's take this. Just gonna do a little copy here. Let's go back down to near. We're gonna place that up here. Let's move this on down to 176. Wait, at 167. That's right. Where's that? 168. So we'll leave, yeah, right there. Perfect. On the upside, ooh, nice. All right. So this is extreme leverage here. So this is 325. Let's go 325 to 336. $325. There we go. There you go. Got them marked on. I'm sorry. Wait, was that Avalanche or near? Should I maybe looking at the wrong one. Crap, that's near. Sorry, guys. No, that's right. Okay, yeah, I'm on near. So there it is. There's near. Let's see what else we got. HBAR. Oh, this is a good one. Yeah, we need to look at HBAR. Let's go back and look at HBAR. Oh my. Oh my. So HBAR, we're getting close. I mean, the high amounts of leverage are out. Basically, the bottom here is 15, but there's light leverage on here down to, I mean, $1,000. That's basically 13 cents. So you can say 13 to 15 on HBAR, which we got. That's what we got. So 13 to 15 on HBAR. Whew, 26 to, let's just say 26 to 28. Let's go bigger. 26 to 30. So we're actually going to raise this one. Let's raise this up a little bit. We'll just go right there. There it is. There's HBAR. ETFs are coming for HBAR. HBAR's governing council is made up of major players, major institutions. Just think about it. Not telling you to buy it. I'm identifying opportunity zones, relaying what that price action is likely to do based on what the system have told us in the past. Again, hot sensors, blue, need that white line back up in those extremes, so would not be shocked to see 13 to 15 there. And then last thing I'm going to show you tonight is the purchase we made today for the stock portfolio, where we are taking $500 and turning it into $100,000. This is our second trade in that portfolio. We had previously bought Soul Strategies, which we did take a loss on that just because I think this is probably a better opportunity. Not telling you to buy it, but this is Clean Core Solutions, Inc., ticker symbol Zone, Z-O-N-E. Essentially, it is a Dogecoin treasury company. We all know what I just said a minute ago. This stock's trading at a freaking dollar almost. If the ETFs are approved, if we see the billions of dollars in inflows, I think back the other day I told you Doge could be $12 based on not my prediction, but some of the research I did using some tools that said $10 to $12 if those inflows come. If that's the case, this stock would explode. And even if you didn't know all that about this stock, look at this. We crushed it. Level 3 red diamonds. That was back here on August 26th. Absolutely nailed the topic, crushed it. We got some level 3s here with the pump. These level 3s here, we saw a little sideways action, maybe a little bit of a rise, not much. But you can see during these level 3s, we had a slice of red here, but we were only gray here and white here. So you could have avoided that. But again, if what I typically do, if I feel pretty strongly about it, then that's where I dollar cost average in. That's what I do. But again, here, look at the difference. Oh, this is actually getting interesting. Look at this. All right, guys, this is what I do. Look at this. Level 3 diamonds, perfect. Orange, okay. Red, orange, red. Red on the weekly. Level 3s on the weekly. You can see where I bought it today. That's the green line. I'll show you anywhere you see a horizontal green line like that, that is my entry point. I bought it today. I think it was roughly 10, it might have been 108. So we're in for because of the loss we took on Soul Strategies, because I just think there's more ROI potential here. I think I got just over 300 shares of this zone. And that's going to have to be either pan out or I'm going to lose my 500 because I don't want to keep selling and taking little losses, because the goal is to maximize that 500 into 100 grand. The only way to do that is hit these monsters. So I'm going to do that. This will be probably won't see much else on the stock portfolio until this materializes. But this is typically where I've seen, everything's lined up basically. And look at this, standard deviation methodologies. The white line is trending higher. It's penetrating the green zone now. We just need it to get up here. if that does that, that orange line will likely be up in that green zone with the blue approaching it. That is the firing point. Now I'm a little early here, because I mean it's already $1. I mean, yeah, sure, it could go to 90 cents, whatever. I don't care. I'm playing this for the Dogecoin ETFs and the potential boom in that underlying token, which is their treasury strategy. So this is how I'm playing the stock portfolio. So, do with that what you will. Not telling you to buy or sell again, just informing and educating. Again, this is the TCP Super System. I'm Jason, the creator. I wish I could just put this out there for everyone to see, because if you follow me, I think you will see that I'm hitting these levels more times than not. And although it's not financial advice, it's pretty remarkable. So if you have someone you care about and just want to help them get educated and informed, please like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell. It does help the channel. Although I'm not monetized, I don't really care, because these trades will make far more than I'll ever make on YouTube. So not too worried about the subscriber count. I'm more so trying to help people change their lives. So that's what I care about. And most people are not informed in this space. A lot of people are coming into the space, and this is a fantastic opportunity to help educate and inform. And if you have that similar mindset, appreciate you helping me out with sharing the content. Until next time, be blessed. Don't be shook out. Don't be the 99% sheep. Be the 1%. Think different, and you'll likely be just fine. We'll see you later. We love you. Have a great Tuesday night.